If you're listening to this right now, it means you care about getting better. You don't want to just play Clash Royale. You want to understand it, master it, and enjoy the climb instead of suffering through it. So let's treat this like a coaching session, a calm but powerful conversation about everything you need: strategy, mindset, habits, and a way of thinking that makes you unstoppable. Sit back, because for the next while, you're going to hear advice that can change the way you play forever. Part 1: The Ground Rules of Climbing. Let's start with something simple. Why do most players get stuck? Not because their cards are weak, not because the matchmaking is unfair. The truth is, most players don't play with intention. They go into battle without a plan. They react instead of leading. The first rule of climbing is this: play with a purpose. Every card you drop should answer one of two questions. Am I defending efficiently, or am I creating pressure? If your move doesn't serve either, it's wasted. That brings us to the second rule. Don't panic about trophies. Progress in Clash Royale is like waves. Sometimes you rise, sometimes you dip. If you're obsessed with the number, you'll tilt. Focus instead on habits. If your habits improve, your trophies follow. Part 2: The Deck Commitment Principle. Here's a tough pill. You can't master this game if you switch decks every 3 matches. Consistency beats variety when you're climbing. Choose a deck that matches your style, whether it's beatdown, control, cycle, or siege, and commit. Study it. Memorize its strengths and weaknesses. Know which matchups are uphill battles and which are free wins. Why does this matter? Because Clash Royale isn't a reaction test. It's a memory test. When you play the same deck over and over, you build a mental library. If they play this, I answer with that. Over time, those answers become automatic. That's how you climb without stress. Part 3: Elixir, the currency of victory. Think of elixir like money. If you spend recklessly, you'll be broke and vulnerable. If you spend wisely, you'll always be in control. 3 golden rules of elixir. Never overspend on defense. If they send a 4 elixir push, don't spend 7 to stop it. That's how you fall behind. Learn the cheapest, most efficient defenses. Capitalize on their mistakes. Did they just drop 5 elixir at the back? Pressure the other lane. Make them split resources. Float with intention. Sitting at 10 elixir isn't wasted if you're reading the opponent. Sometimes the strongest move is patience. If you learn to feel elixir, not count perfectly, just feel it, you'll start predicting the flow of every match. Part 4: Tile precision and microplays. Clash Royale is a game of centimeters. A building 1 tile higher and Hog sneaks through. A troop 1 tile over, and suddenly your defense collapses. The trick is to practice placements until they're automatic. Don't rely on memory during battle, drill it in casual matches. That's why pros look effortless. They've repeated placements so often, their brain doesn't need to think. Here's a challenge. Pick 2 interactions a day to practice. For example, how to pull Hog with cannon every time, or how to perfectly kite a mini P.E.K.K.A. Do this daily, and your defensive confidence skyrockets. Part 5: Defense into offense, the hidden art. Average players defend. Great players defend and convert. Think about it. Every troop that survives the defense is free value. That musketeer? That mega minion? That knight limping across the bridge? They're opportunities. Add a cheap card behind them, and suddenly, what looked like a simple defense becomes a counter push that forces your opponent to overspend. This is why Clash Royale is so beautiful. It's not about brute force. It's about flow. Turning your opponent's pressure into your own pressure. Like martial arts, using their energy against them. Part 6: Matchup Mastery without tilt. Now let's address the classic excuse: I lost because of a hard counter. Yes, some decks are tough, but no matchup is impossible. Here's the trick. Stop aiming for the perfect game plan. Instead, aim for the winning condition game plan. Against beatdown, pressure opposite lane so they never stack their dream push. Against cycle, play calm, match their pace, and win trades slowly. Against bait, be disciplined with your spell. Don't waste it on low-value targets. Every deck has a weakness. Your job is to find it and press on it. That shift in mindset turns hopeless matches into winnable ones. Part 7, the mindset game, beating tilt and panic. Here's where most players crumble, not on the board, but in their head. Tilt is the real boss fight. The secret to beating tilt is detachment. Don't tie your self-worth to one match. A loss doesn't mean you're bad. It just means the other player made fewer mistakes that time. Here are 3 mental resets you can use instantly. 1-minute break. After a loss, pause. Don't cue immediately. Let your mind reset. Replay review. Watch one mistake from the match. If you learn one thing, the loss wasn't wasted. Perspective shift. Remember, trophies reset every season. Nobody cares about your number today. Play for learning, not just ladder points. This mindset makes you untouchable. While others tilt and spiral, you stay calm, consistent, and ready. Part 8, training habits that build skill. If you want to grow faster than 90% of players, do this. Replay yourself. Every mistake you spot is one you won't repeat. Study pros. Watch a pro use your deck once a week. Copy their placements, their patience, their pressure timing. Set micro goals. Instead of saying, I want 1,000 trophies, say, today I'll defend Hogs Cleaner. Growth happens in small steps. Improvement isn't about grinding more matches. It's about smarter reps. Part 9, practical daily climb tips. Let me give you a rapid-fire toolkit you can use every single day. Stick to 2 safe opening plays. Don't gamble with risky first moves. Always keep 1 cheap cycle card ready in hand. Don't be scared if your tower takes early chip. Clash Royale is a comeback game. Save your spells for value, but don't hoard them forever. A missed fireball is as bad as an overused one. Track your opponent's rotation mentally. If their counter is out of cycle, that's your green light. Part 10, the bigger picture, growth beyond the game. Now here's the final truth. Clash Royale isn't just a mobile game. It's a mirror of life skills. Patience, discipline, emotional control. The same things that make you climb here will make you stronger everywhere else. If you can stay calm under pressure in Clash Royale, you'll stay calm during stressful days at school, at work, or in life. If you can learn to commit to one deck and master it, you'll understand the value of focus in real projects. That's why I always say Clash Royale isn't just about trophies. It's about building the mindset of someone who doesn't break under pressure. Closing. So here's your mission. Pick your deck and commit. Learn efficient elixir trades. Practice placements until they're muscle memory. Turn defenses into counterattacks. Treat losses as lessons. Train daily with focus, not just volume. Stay calm, play with purpose, and enjoy the climb. If you follow this path, you won't just rise in trophies. You'll rise as a player and as a thinker. And when people face you, they'll feel it. They'll see a calm, steady opponent who doesn't tilt, doesn't panic, and always seems one step ahead. That's how you stop being a frustrated player and start becoming a master.
Take a deep breath. Because today I'm not just giving you quick tips, I'm giving you a full blueprint for how to actually become a smarter Clash Royale player. The kind of player who doesn't just win games, but keeps climbing month after month without burning out. Too many people play this game like it's a coin flip, spam cards, hope it works, rage when it doesn't, and then repeat the cycle. But if you really want to break free from that frustration, you need to start thinking of Clash Royale as a game of decisions, not reactions. Every single card you play is like an investment, and just like in real life, smart investments pay off while reckless spending leaves you broke. Let's start with elixir efficiency, because this is the foundation of everything. Imagine elixir as money. You wouldn't blow all your cash on one risky bet, right? Same in Clash Royale. Every time you play a card, you should be asking yourself, am I spending wisely? If your opponent drops a 5-cost card and you shut it down with a 3-cost card, you've just made a positive trade. Do that enough times and suddenly you've built up a quiet advantage that explodes in double elixir. But if you're the one overspending, throwing down big cards without thinking, you're basically handing free profit to your opponent. And here's the truth. Most players never even think about this. They're so focused on the tower's health bar that they ignore the hidden battle of elixir happening underneath. If you master that hidden game, you'll already be ahead of 70% of the ladder. Next comes deck mastery. I want to be brutally honest here. Switching decks every few days because you saw someone win with it on YouTube is one of the biggest traps you can fall into. Sure, it feels fun for a while, but you'll never build a deep knowledge that turns an average player into a dangerous one. Deck mastery isn't just knowing what your cards do. It's knowing every single interaction, every counter, every placement. It's muscle memory. When you've truly mastered your deck, you don't panic when you see a certain matchup. You already know the playbook. That's why players who stick with one deck for months often climb further than those who chase the meta. So my advice, find a deck you enjoy and commit. Upgrade only those cards. Study the matchups. Learn it so well that it feels like an extension of yourself. That's how you climb consistently. Now let's dive into defense because this is where calm players shine. A bad player sees a massive push coming and panics. They throw everything down, overcommit, and even if they stop it, they've got nothing left for the counter. A calm, strategic player? They break that push apart piece by piece. First, they use a building or a cheap troop to pull the tank. Then they add in a support card to chip away at the damage dealers. Finally, they drop a cycle card to clean up whatever's left. And suddenly, not only have they defended efficiently, but they've also set up the perfect counter push with elixir to spare. That's how games are won. Not by attacking harder, but by defending smarter. Remember this, every strong counter push begins with a calm, efficient defense. But there's more to winning than just playing your cards well. Let's talk about mind games. Clash Royale isn't just mechanics, it's psychology. If you always play predictably, your opponent will read you like an open book. But if you start mixing things up, you force them to second guess themselves. For example, don't always drop your win condition in the same lane. Don't always defend with the same response. Throw in variations, force mistakes, and suddenly you're the one controlling the rhythm of the game. This is the hidden layer of strategy that separates good players from great ones. Now, free-to-play players, this part is for you. Progression is all about resource management. And I know it's tempting to upgrade every cool card you unlock, but if you want long-term success, you have to stay disciplined. Think of your gold, wild cards, and gems like fuel. Don't waste it. Funnel all of it into the deck you've committed to. Forget the rest. It might feel boring at times, but trust me, in the long run, it's the smartest play. That's how free-to-play players keep up with whales, not by trying to do everything, but by focusing all their energy into one path. Consistency beats variety when it comes to progression. But let's zoom out and talk about something even bigger, your mindset. This is the part most players ignore, and it's why they stay stuck. Everyone loses. Even the best pros lose. The difference is how they react. Bad players rage, tilt, and blame the game. Smart players pause, breathe, and learn. After every loss, ask yourself, what actually happened? Did I overspend? Did I ignore elixir trades? Did I give away spell value? Every replay is like free coaching if you're humble enough to watch it back. And here's the motivational truth. The players who rise aren't the ones who win the most. They're the ones who learn the fastest. Finally, let's put all of this together. Clash Royale isn't about winning every game. It's about making smarter decisions over time. It's about building habits, protecting your elixir, mastering your deck, defending with discipline, mixing up your plays, managing your resources,